Welcome on into today's video where I want to go over the primary results in the state of Massachusetts. This is for September 4th, 2018. Now, Massachusetts, they're a state where if you're registered to a particular party, then that's the primary that you have to vote in. But if you're an independent, you can pick which primary to vote. So we're going to see, obviously, way more votes on the Democrat side than the Republican side just because Democratic voters can't vote in the Republican primary in a state like Massachusetts where there's way more Democrats. That's why you're going to get way more turnout in these primaries on that side. So this is actually a situation where you might see, oh, the Democrats in the governor primary, it's at about 260,000 votes compared to the Republicans, which are at about half that, about 130,000 votes. There's no way the Republicans are going to be able to win that governorship, but that isn't going to be the case more than likely. Incumbent Republican Governor Charlie Baker winning his primary, obviously, but he's listed as a pretty safe bet to go on and win this governorship. A lot of those registered Democratic voters are going to vote for Charlie Baker come the November midterm elections. This is listed as a safe Republican governorship over at the Cook Political Report. The fact that this is a wave, or at least likely a wave election year for the Democrats, maybe makes this a little bit more competitive than people are expecting, but still, at the end of the day, a very popular incumbent governor there in the state of Massachusetts, Charlie Baker, very likely to win this one. So now moving on, actually right before I move on to the Senate race, I want to touch on the Our Revolution and Justice Democrat candidates for those that are interested. So Bob Massie was an Our Revolution endorsed candidate there, coming up a bit short against Jay Gonzalez on the Democrat side. And now moving on to the U.S. Senate race, not all that interesting. Elizabeth Warren is going to run away with this one come November. She wasn't primaried in that Democratic primary side. And then on the Republican side, Geoff Diehl going on and healthily winning this one, about 54% of the vote right now. So now we have 9 congressional districts in the state of Massachusetts. And in these primary discussion videos, I like to talk about the potentially competitive districts. Unfortunately, there are none of those to talk about here in the state of Massachusetts. All 9 districts are listed as safe Democratic districts, every single one of them. But I want to talk about how the different progressive candidates did here. So in Massachusetts' 1st Congressional District, an Our Revolution candidate coming up well short of the incumbent Richard Neal, as I'm going to try my best to pronounce this name, Tahira Amatul Wadud. Right now sitting at about 30% of the vote, and this one has been called for the incumbent. And these progressive candidates, when you're running against an incumbent, it makes things very tough. But now we have 2 Justice Democrat candidates, one in Massachusetts' 3rd Congressional District, one in the 7th Congressional District. And the one in the 3rd Congressional District, in what was a packed field, coming up well short, sitting about middle of the pack here, Juana Matias, about 6% of the vote there. But what's one of the more surprising results of the night, certainly the headliner here, is in the 7th Congressional District, the Justice Democrat Ayanna Pressley going on and taking down a 10-term incumbent, Mike Capuano, who himself is a very progressive candidate as well. I'd say Ayanna Pressley is a bit more progressive than him, certainly in terms of the financing behind her candidacy in comparison to Mike Capuano. So a big win there for the progressive movements, taking down an incumbent and getting another Justice Democrat in the House of Representatives with that one. So then the rest of the districts, like I said, pretty much just Democrat incumbents winning a lot of these races. Every single district is listed as safe for the Democrats. Also, for those that are interested in up-and-comer within the Democratic Party, Joe Kennedy, a favorite, not maybe so much amongst the progressive movement, but certainly the establishment Democrats. It feels like he's kind of being groomed for a movement up down the line, but we'll see how that plays out in the future years here. Joe Kennedy, obviously, with that name recognition going in, running away with this one in Massachusetts' 4th Congressional District. But that's pretty much going to do it, guys, for the results that I wanted to touch on here in the primaries in the state of Massachusetts. And just to go over the statewide elections once again, Elizabeth Warren, obviously gonna win this one come November. And then the governorship, it would be a big surprise if Jay Gonzalez was able to pick up the upset here. Charlie Baker listed as a safe Republican governorship right now in the state of Massachusetts, but we'll see how that one plays out as well. So thanks for stopping on in. Subscribe for more, and I hope to see you guys back here for, I believe the next primary is going to be September 6th in Delaware, so we might have some interesting results there. Looking forward to seeing how that one plays out. So we'll see you then. Bye.